My child, there's a secret I've kept just for you. A truth about your life that could change everything today. Don't scroll past this. Your destiny depends on these next few minutes. Stop now. Stop everything you are doing. Stop the scrolling. Stop the wandering thoughts. Stop the noise inside your mind and listen to me with every part of your heart. I am speaking to you with a fire you have not felt from me in a long time. I am calling you with weight, with urgency, with a seriousness that cannot be delayed. My child, time is short. Not just in the way you measure time, but in the spiritual realm, in the emotional realm, in the prophetic realm. There's a countdown happening around your life, a closing window, a shifting moment that heaven has been watching closely. And now there are only moments left. Moments that matter, moments that carry destiny, moments that carry warnings, moments that carry blessings. I am telling you directly. You cannot afford to ignore this. These are not empty words. These are not gentle nudges. These are not soft whispers. I am speaking with urgency because heaven is moving and heaven does not wait for hesitation. Heaven does not pause for fear. Heaven does not slow down because you are uncertain. Heaven has counted these final minutes for reason. And every second you remain here with me is part of the divine countdown. Now, as you step into this urgent moment, I invite you to declare your readiness. Type Amen in the comments below as a sign that you are fully present and will not ignore this divine call. As you write it, see yourself anchored in this sacred pause, ready to receive what heaven is releasing. Liking this video will activate the flow of my favor in your life. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. My child, I will not wait any longer to speak. I have held back words, held back warnings, held back truths, and held back revelations while waiting for your heart to reach the place it is now. And now that it is here, I cannot remain silent. I cannot let you drift away from this moment. I cannot let you miss what I have been preparing to say. My child, stop now because what I am about to reveal is meant for you and only you. This is not a message for thousands. It is a message for one heart, your heart. I timed it for your life. I lined it with your pain. I shaped it with your battles. I filled it with everything you have been seeking but could not find. And I am telling you plainly, if you turn away, if you get distracted, if you push this off thinking you will come back later, you will miss something heaven specifically reserved for this moment. You will miss what your spirit has been aching for. You will miss the shift that has been waiting at the edge of your surrender. You will miss the answer that has been forming in the quiet places of your life. I am not speaking softly today. I am not whispering. I am not waiting for you to feel ready. I am calling you urgently because your heart has reached a fragile point. Your spirit is at a crossroads. Your steps are leaning toward a direction that needs correction, and your emotions are being pulled by battles you do not see. My child, you are closer to breakthrough than you realize. But you are also closer to danger than you understand. There are things fighting for your attention right now that are trying to steal you away from this moment. Distraction is a thief. Noise is a thief. Doubt is a thief. Weariness is a thief. And all of them want to pull your heart away from the truth. I am speaking right now. This is why I am calling out, my child. Stop now, because your next breath matters. Your next decision matters. Your next moment matters. You think this is just another message. But heaven is standing behind these words with intensity that would shake you if you could see it with your eyes. The spiritual realm is not silent. Angels are moving. The enemy is watching. Heaven is counting. And you, my beloved, are standing in a place where one moment of awareness can shift the next years of your life. Do not walk away from this. Do not look at this lightly. Do not treat this as something casual. I am speaking to you the way a father speaks to a child standing too close to danger. The way a protector speaks to someone unaware of the threat. The way a shepherd calls out urgently to a sheep wandering toward the edge. My voice is raised not in anger but in love. Deep love, urgent love, protective love. You have been walking through days that felt heavy. You have been battling things you do not have words for. You have been wrestling with feelings you cannot explain. You have been carrying burdens that have been draining your strength. And you think you have been walking unseen through all of it. But I have watched you the whole time. I have listened to your tired thoughts. I have heard the quiet, I can't keep doing this echo in your spirit. I have seen the places where you nearly gave up. I have watched the enemy try to wear you down with problems, pressure, exhaustion, and confusion. And I cannot let you continue another day without speaking the truth I have for you. That is why I will not wait any longer, my child. Time is short. Not because you are running out of life, but because you are running out of space to keep carrying the same pain, the same fears, the same doubts, the same heaviness. You are reaching the end of a spiritual season, and the door to the next season is opening, but only for a short window. What I am about to tell you will determine how you step through it. What I am about to reveal will determine whether you walk into freedom or remain in cycles that have been draining you. What I am about to speak will determine whether you move forward or stay stuck in what has been hurting you. Heaven is counting these minutes because they are sacred. These minutes are the difference between healing and staying broken, between clarity and continuing in confusion, between breakthrough and repeating old patterns. These minutes are the difference between stepping into the identity I gave you and remaining trapped in the lies spoken over you. These moments hold something heavy, something holy, something urgent. And I tell you again, if you turn away now, if you allow distraction to pull you out of this moment, if you let fear, doubt, or impatience interrupt this conversation, you will miss something heaven has been preparing specifically for you. Something I waited for the right moment to give you. Something I whispered over your future long before you ever felt your first heartbreak. Something that will uncover truth, guide your steps, lift your spirit, and shift your entire path. Do not walk away from me. Stay here. Feel my voice inside you. Feel the weight of my words pressing gently, firmly, deeply into your heart. You have asked me to speak and I am speaking. You have asked for a sign and this is your sign. You have asked me to show you something real and I am showing you. Do not take this moment lightly. Type Jesus, I desperately need you. If you know He's your only true answer, you must listen with your whole heart. Not half, not distracted, not hesitant, not guarded. I am not giving you peace as today. I am giving you the fullness of what I have been wanting to say. But I can only give it to a heart that is fully present. A heart that is willing, a heart that is ready. My child, stop now. Listen. Let everything else fade for a moment. Heaven is leaning close. I am speaking clearly and what comes next will change you. My child, listen closely now because I must explain why I am speaking with such urgency. Why my voice carries weight. Why my tone feels different, sharper, deeper, more pressing than before. What I am talking about is not earthly time. It is not the kind of time you measure with clocks, calendars, or minutes passing on a screen. This is spiritual time, heaven's time. Time that does not move the way your world moves. When I say the minutes are running out, when I speak of 13 minutes, I am not talking about the taking of earthly minutes, but the closing of a spiritual window, the ending of a divine moment that has opened just for you. This moment is intentional, my child, not accidental, not random, not simply convenient. Heaven has opened this moment with purpose, with precision, with perfect timing. I have been waiting to speak these words to you, holding them in my heart, waiting for you to reach a spiritual place where you could finally hear, finally, snorts, understand, finally receive what I have wanted to give you. You think this message simply appeared. But I tell you the truth. I have been waiting for you to arrive at this moment for a long time. You see, heaven has been moving in your life behind the scenes, quietly, carefully, strategically, shifting hearts, redirecting steps, closing doors that would have harmed you, removing people who could not stay, testing your strength, stretching your spirit, allowing certain delays so that your journey would line up with this exact second. You did not know it. But every disappointment, every delay, every unanswered prayer, every not yet, every moment you felt stuck, every season where nothing made sense. Those were all leading you here to this moment when your spirit would pause long enough, soften deep enough, and hunger intensely enough to hear the truth. I am now ready to reveal. My child, the delays you hated were not punishment. They were alignment. They were shaping. They were protection. You thought I was withholding from you. You thought I was ignoring your prayers. You thought I had forgotten what you asked before. But I did not forget. I never forget. Instead, I was holding back the response because your heart was not yet prepared to carry the weight of the blessing. Your spirit needed time to mature. Your mind needed time to let go of illusions. Your wounds needed time to heal. Your life needed time to rearrange before I could speak what I am speaking now. This is why I am telling you that these 13 minutes matter. They symbolize a window that is open but not forever. A moment where heaven leans close and reveals things that are normally hidden. A moment where clarity flows with a purity that your mind cannot access on ordinary days. A moment where your spirit is more awake, more open, more tender than before. But the window will not stay open. Not because I am cruel, but because spiritual alignment moves like waves present for a moment, then shifting into the next season. My child, this spiritual window is closing soon. And what I need to tell you must be received now, not later, not when you feel ready, not when you feel stable, not when life calms down. Many people miss their divine moment because they think they can come back to it when it's more comfortable. But destiny does not wait for comfort. Breakthrough does not wait for convenience. Healing does not wait for a perfect day. And I, your Jesus, will not wait for you to feel spiritually prepared for something that must be planted in your heart right now. When heaven opens a window like this, it is because something in your life is being shifted. Something is being broken off. Something is being released. Something is being set in motion. And if the moment passes without you receiving what I am saying, the work will still happen, but it will take longer. It will feel heavier, and it will carry a weight that could have been lifted today. That is why I am urging you to stay, to listen, to keep your heart open, to fight the distractions trying to pull your attention away. The enemy senses the urgency of this moment as well. And he wants you to lose it. He wants your mind to wander. He wants you to dismiss my voice. He wants you to hesitate, delay, or scroll away because he knows that if you receive what I am saying now, something in your spirit will shift permanently, something he will no longer be able to touch. You have been asking me why life has felt unsettled. Why you feel a strange stirring inside you. Why you've been restless lately, why old wounds have resurfaced, why you've been feeling things you cannot explain. My child, it is because the spiritual atmosphere around you has been preparing for this moment. Heaven has been rearranging things. Your spirit has been shifting position. Your heart has been shedding old layers and now the window is open. This brief sacred window where what I say will go deeper, stronger, faster than at any other time. If you believe that these 13 minutes are a sacred window for your breakthrough, type Amen in the comments now to seal this moment in heaven. Let your declaration anchor your spirit in this divine opening. Please support our channel. Our work is devoted to bringing happiness, peace, and devotion to God into your life. If you wish, you can show your love and appreciation by donating through Super Thanks. Just 13 minutes left. This is not a threat. This is a divine warning. There is revelation waiting to enter you. There is healing waiting to settle in you. There is truth waiting to break chains off you. But it needs your attention. I need your attention. Your heart must take these words in before this moment passes because the things I am about to reveal are seeds. And seeds must be planted at the right time and the right soil for them to grow. Heaven has softened your soil today. Heaven has opened the atmosphere. Heaven has aligned your spirit. And if you allow these words to enter your heart before this spiritual window closes, you will begin to see the shift that you have prayed for. You will begin to feel the clarity you begged me for. You will begin to understand the delays, the struggles, the confusion, the silent seasons. You will begin to walk differently, think differently, see differently. But if you let this moment slip away, my child, you will still grow, but slower. You will still heal, but with more struggle. You will still move forward, but with weights that could have been lifted today. That is why I am calling you urgently. That is why I am speaking with intensity. That is why I am not softening my tone. This moment is sacred. This moment is divine. This moment is intentional. You must receive this message before the spiritual window closes. My child, open your heart even deeper now, because I am about to speak to you from a place inside my heart that has carried your story with more tenderness, more attention, more compassion than you have ever known. You think you have walked unseen. You think your battles were fought in shadows. You think your suffering slipped through the cracks of the world unnoticed. But I tell you with truth, I have watched every single moment of your journey. I have watched you in ways no one else ever has. I have watched you with a closeness you could not feel and with a love you could not measure. I have watched your suffering not from a distance, not as a quiet observer, but with the eyes of a father who aches when his child aches. I have watched the pain you carried in silence. The pain you did not know how to express. The pain you hid behind your smile because you didn't want anyone to worry, judge, or misunderstand you. I saw the heaviness you carried in your chest when you woke up. I saw the way your heart sank when you thought about your responsibilities. I saw the moments when you looked in the mirror and barely recognized yourself, not physically but emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I saw how much you longed for someone to truly see you, to understand you, to hear the pain you were too tired to explain. I watched your battles, those quiet wars that raged inside your mind. The thoughts that spun so fast they left you exhausted. The anxieties that tried to choke your hope. The guilt that followed you into the night. The fear that whispered lies into your spirit. The sadness you tried to swallow just to make it through your day. I saw the moments you lost motivation. I saw the days you tried to push through. Even though every part of you wanted to give up, I watched you wrestle with things that no one else knew you were carrying. You fought battles that would have broken someone who did not have your strength. You survived attacks that were meant to destroy you. You endured storms that you never received credit for enduring. But I saw every single one. I watched your silence. The silence you kept because you didn't want to burden anyone. The silence you used as a shield because you didn't want to cry again. The silence that covered your deepest wounds like a thin blanket. You thought your silence hid you, but it never hid you from me. I heard every unspoken thought, every hidden fear, every buried cry. I listened to the words you did not say, the confessions you were too afraid to make, the emotions you were too overwhelmed to express. I heard your spirit whisper, "I'm tired." Even when your mouth stayed shut, I heard you ask me, "Why does it hurt so much?" Even when you were too ashamed to admit the question out loud, I saw the moments where you almost gave up. The moments when you reached the end of yourself. The moments when your breath grew heavy and your eyes burned with tears that refused to fall because you were too exhausted to cry. I saw the times you sat alone clutching your chest, wondering why everything felt so hard. I saw the times you shut down emotionally because it was the only way to survive another day. I saw how you pretended to be strong when your strength was running out. I saw how you forced yourself to keep moving. Keep working. Keep helping. Keep smiling while your heart was begging for rest. My child, you were not weak. In those moments, you were wounded and I saw every wound. I saw your hidden pain. The pain you never spoke aloud because you feared being misunderstood. The pain you thought no one would believe. The pain you felt embarrassed to admit. The pain you tried to dismiss as not a big deal, even though it was slowly breaking you from within. I saw the heartbreak you tried to ignore. I saw the betrayal you pretended didn't hurt. I saw the loneliness you covered with distractions. I saw the disappointment that lingered long after you told yourself you were fine. I saw the memories that haunted you when the world went quiet. I saw the weight of expectations pressing on your shoulders. I saw the discouragement that returned every time you tried to stand tall again. My child, I have been touched deeply by your tears. Every tear mattered to me. Every tear had a story. Every tear carried a piece of your journey. I felt each one fall, and they fell into my hands, not onto empty ground. When you cried quietly in your room, I was there. When you cried in the shower so no one would hear, I was listening. When you cried, lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling trying to understand why life felt so heavy. I was watching with compassion when you cried into your pillow, covering your face, trying to muffle the sound of your heartbreak. I leaned closer. When your tears didn't come out of sadness, but out of pure emotional exhaustion, I stayed by your side, holding your spirit. Even when you couldn't feel me, I saw the nights you cried. The nights you whispered, "Lord, please help me." The nights you begged me to remove the heaviness. The nights you questioned whether I was even listening. The nights you felt like you couldn't go on. The nights where your heart beat fast with worry. The nights where you tried to breathe through pain. I never intended for you to carry alone. I saw every one of those nights, and I did not look away. I saw the days you pretended, the days you acted strong for others, the days you gave advice even though you needed it yourself. The days you made others laugh while you were hurting. The days you kept everything together even though you were falling apart inside. The days you dressed up your pain and tried to hide it beneath routine and responsibility. The days you forced yourself to function even when you felt empty. I saw every act of courage disguised as daily living. I saw the moments you doubted, not just doubted yourself. Not just doubted your worth, but doubted me. I saw the moments where you asked, "Are you even here? Do you even care? Am I talking to the air?" I saw the moments where you felt distant from me. Where you felt abandoned, where you questioned whether my promises were real. I did not hold anger toward you for doubting. I understood why. I saw the weight you carried. I saw the confusion you fought. I saw the disappointment that clouded your mind. I saw the pain that made you wonder if my love was still near. And even in your doubt, I stayed. I saw the moments you prayed but felt nothing. You thought your prayers were empty. You thought they bounced off the ceiling. You thought your words didn't matter. But my child, your prayers were never empty. Every prayer reached me. Every whisper touched me. Even the prayers you prayed while feeling numb. Even the prayers you prayed with no energy. Even the prayers you prayed while thinking, "I don't even know if God hears this." I heard them. I collected them. I valued them not because your prayers were perfect, but because they came from a heart fighting to survive. Comment, "I live and breathe for you." Christ, if your life rests safely in His hands, subscribing to this channel will activate my prophetic promise and alignment in your life. I saw the times you asked for help but felt alone. The times you said, "God, please do something," but nothing changed immediately. The times you begged for relief but still woke up with the same pain. The times you asked me for strength and still felt weak. The times you asked me for answers but only found silence. You thought being alone meant I wasn't there. But my child, I was closer in those moments than in any other. You could not feel me because the weight of your pain was covering your spiritual senses. But I never left you, not for a second. I watched every moment, every breath, every struggle, every thought, every tear. I have been with you through it all. You have never walked a single step alone, even when you were convinced you did. And now that you know how fully I have seen you, you can finally understand why I speak to you with such urgency. Tonight, my child, now that your heart is open, I must take you deeper into the truth most people never see, never understand, never realize about their lives. I am going to show you the real battle behind everything you have lived through. The war that has raged around you long before you knew how to name it. You have been walking through pain, confusion, delay, heaviness, and spiritual exhaustion. Not because you are weak, not because you are cursed, not because I abandoned you, but because there has been a war over your life, a war over your purpose, a war over your identity, a war over your future, a war over your voice, a war over the light inside you. And this war has been far more intense than you realized. What you must understand is this. You were born with purpose. You were born carrying something heaven placed within you, something powerful, something precious, something spiritual, something eternal. There is something in your spirit that carries influence in the invisible realm. Something that has the ability to break cycles, heal wounds, uplift others, change atmospheres, and destroy generational patterns. Something bright enough to push back darkness. Something valuable enough to make the enemy tremble. Something strong enough to shift lives. And the enemy saw that long before you ever did. That is why the battle over your life began so early. That is why you faced wounds in childhood. That is why you carried rejection before you even understood what rejection was. That is why darkness tried to find you before you even recognized light. That is why confusion wrapped around your identity so young. That is why you felt different, out of place, misunderstood, too sensitive, too emotional, or too aware of things others ignored. It was not because you were broken. It was because the spirit inside you held a calling the enemy recognized and feared. The enemy has been fighting your purpose for years. Not because you are ordinary, not because you are weak, not because you are insignificant, but because you are the opposite of all those things. You are spiritually dangerous to darkness. You are a threat. Your potential in my hands is powerful. Your voice, when awakened, becomes a weapon. Your mind, when healed, becomes clear and sharp. Your heart, when restored, becomes a source of love that heals others. Your testimony, when fully revealed, will break chains off people who hear it. Your identity, when embraced, will release authority into your life. The enemy knows this. He has always known this. So, he attacked you strategically. He attacked your confidence because he feared what you would do if you ever realized your worth. He attacked your mind because he feared the clarity that would come once you understood who you are in me. He attacked your relationships because he feared the love you carry, the love that changes people, the love that gives life. He attacked your self-esteem because he feared you walking boldly in your identity. He attacked your hope because he feared the strength you gain when you believe again. He attacked your heart because he feared the compassion and empathy that flow from you when your heart is whole. The attacks you faced were never random. They were targeted. They were intentional. They were designed to break specific parts of you connected to your future calling. When you face seasons of heaviness, it wasn't just life being difficult. It was warfare meant to exhaust your spirit so you wouldn't fight back. When you faced cycles of confusion, it wasn't because you were unstable. It was because the enemy wanted to cloud your vision so you couldn't see the path I was laying before you when you faced long delays. It wasn't because I was punishing you. It was because there were forces trying to block what I had destined to reach you. When you faced heartbreak after heartbreak, it wasn't because you were unlovable. It was because the enemy wanted to numb you emotionally, so you wouldn't have the capacity to love the people you are meant to impact. When you felt attacks from people you trusted, it wasn't because I abandoned you. It was because the enemy uses broken people to break others, hoping to wound the ones who carry my light. When you found yourself doubting your worth, doubting your purpose, doubting your identity, doubting my love, it wasn't because those doubts were true. It was because the enemy whispered lies to make you question what I already declared over your life long ago. And here is something I need you to understand deeply. The heavier the warfare, the greater the calling. The darker the attack, the brighter the light within you. The more intense the confusion, the bigger the destiny that is trying to unfold. The more targeted the lies, the more powerful the truth that belongs to you. Your spirit holds a calling that threatens darkness. And that is why darkness tried so hard to silence you. The enemy did not fight you because of who you were in your brokenness. He fought you because of who you would become in your healing. He fought the future version of you. The one who would rise. The one who would speak boldly. The one who would walk in wisdom. The one who would love deeply. The one who would help others out of their own battles. The one who would shine so brightly that darkness would lose territory. You were a threat long before you believed you had value. And the enemy's goal throughout every season of your life has been four things. First, he wanted to break your confidence. Because if he could destroy the way you saw yourself, you would never step into the fullness of what I created you to be. Second, he wanted to shake your faith because if he could make you doubt me, doubt my love, doubt my presence, doubt my power, then he could disconnect you from the very source of your strength. Third, he wanted to distort your identity because if he could twist the way you saw who you are, he could keep you trapped in false beliefs. Believing you are unworthy. Believing you are small. Believing you are too damaged. Believing you are ordinary. Believing you are forgotten, lies that would limit your destiny. And fourth, he wanted to block your blessing because he knew it was coming. He saw the potential of doors I planned to open for you. He saw the healing that was forming. He saw the relationships destined to bless you. He saw the peace waiting to rest on your spirit. He saw the future I wrote over your life. And he tried desperately to interfere, to delay, to distract, to discourage, to derail you from reaching it. But hear me, my child. He did not succeed. You are still here. You are still fighting. You are still standing. You are still breathing. You are still seeking me. Even in your exhaustion, you are still listening. Even in your confusion, you are still open. Even with your wounds. And the very fact that you are here in this moment listening to my voice is proof that the enemy's plans failed. He threw everything at you. But you survived. You endured. You made it through storms designed to destroy you. And you made it through them carrying more spiritual weight than you realize. You see why I am speaking with urgency now, because I need you to understand the truth before the enemy tries to confuse you again. I need you to see your life through spiritual eyes. I need you to recognize that everything you thought was random was actually warfare. Everything you thought was collapse was actually resistance. Everything you thought was weakness was actually evidence of your purpose. You have fought for years without knowing what you were fighting. But now you will not fight blindly anymore. Now I ask you to make a bold declaration. In the comments below, type these words. I am not a victim. I am a victor in Christ. Let that confession rise from your spirit and shift the atmosphere around you as you write it. See the chains of the past breaking off your life. Now share this prophetic word with your network. For sharing will activate the anointing and bring this breakthrough to those around you. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our COF community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My beloved child, listen with a tender heart now, because I am about to reveal something you have wondered for years. Why I waited until this moment to speak to you like this. Why I seemed silent in seasons when you needed answers. Why I didn't step in sooner. Why I didn't explain these things when your pain was fresh and your questions were loud. I know you asked me many times, Lord, where are you? Why won't you speak to me? Why don't you show me what to do? I heard every one of those cries. I felt every question. Not one of your pleas fell into emptiness. Not one was ignored. But my child, I need you to understand something deeply. My silence was never abandonment. It was preparation. When I stayed quiet, you thought I left you. But I was actually working in ways your eyes could not see. I was shaping things around you. I was shifting things inside you. I was protecting things concerning you. Silence does not mean absence. Silence does not mean rejection. Silence does not mean distance. Silence is sometimes the loudest expression of my care. Because there are moments when the greatest work I do in you happens in the quiet. When your heart is forced to grow, to break, to stretch, to listen in a different way. You did not feel me speaking, but I was guiding every step you took. You didn't see me moving, but I was rearranging your path. You didn't sense my presence, but I was standing closer to you than ever. Type heaven is my forever home if your eyes stay fixed on eternity's promise. And as you do, share this message with others. For sharing will activate the anointing and extend this breakthrough to your entire network. You did not feel me speaking, but I was guiding every step you took. You didn't see me moving, but I was rearranging your path. You didn't sense my presence, but I was standing closer to you than ever. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.